Jayden's pretty special, huh?
He is. I mean, he won the Heisman for a reason. I mean, he's a special player. You know, we were hoping that maybe all the teams didn't think so, and he could slip down to the Raiders. You know, a little while ago, but
Ooh.
he's out there doing his thing. It's impressive to watch as such a young kid, and a lot of expectations coming in. It's hard to perform like that, especially on a team that's been struggling for a while.
Flashback.
This shit is fucking pathetic, bro. Just throw the fucking ball, man. Fuck! Tired of this fucking bullshit. Fuck!
Wow, Davante Adams, you just had to stir up drama on the Raiders. Anyways, though, this is Sports Guy Talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Davante Adams begging the Las Vegas Raiders to draft Jayden Daniels. Obviously, that did not happen as the Commanders selected Jayden Daniels with the second overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. With Davante Adams saying those kind of statements on the Up and Adams show, it now makes people question whether he actually believes in Gardner Minshew as a starting quarterback. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So, here it is. Will Davante Adams request a trade from the Raiders? I'm going to say yes to that question. I believe Davante Adams is fed up with the Raiders big time, and I feel like Davante Adams believes he is betrayed by the Raiders. I say that because Davante Adams requested a trade from the Packers because he wanted to team up with his friend in Derek Carr, who the Raiders then proceeded to cut after one season. Obviously, though, that has frustrated Davante Adams with a constant turnover at the quarterback position because Davante Adams used to be a superstar wide receiver on the Green Bay Packers, an organization that is known to developing great quarterbacks. Obviously, when you get to play with Aaron Rodgers, you get to play with a lot of stability at the quarterback position, and your numbers as a wide receiver are going to go way up with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback. But Davante Adams wanted to leave the Packers because he wanted to team up with his college friend in Derek Carr. Davante Adams and Derek Carr have had a tight relationship with each other for a very long time, even when they were on different teams in the NFL. They're close buddies and they bond with each other really well. He signed with the Raiders because he wanted to team up with his friend in Derek Carr and hang out with them. But obviously, that benefit got removed from Davante Adams and the Raiders, so now he's stuck on a team that is probably never going to win a playoff game anytime soon, and they play in the same division as the Chiefs, and Davante Adams doesn't even get to play with his friend in Derek Carr. Obviously, what the Raiders did to Davante Adams was absolutely dirty. Davante Adams has probably got to feel really devastated with that situation, but Davante Adams says, you know what, I'm going to make the best out of this situation. You guys go ahead and find a way to get Jayden Daniels in the draft. Obviously, the Raiders, they wanted Jayden Daniels as well, but it takes two sides to make one deal, and the Las Vegas Raiders were not able to trade up for Jayden Daniels in the 2024 NFL Draft. The Chicago Bears were not going to move out of pick 1, so they can go ahead and select Caleb Williams, which meant they essentially had to pull off a trade with the Washington Commanders. Obviously, the Commanders were not willing to move off the second pick, and rightfully so, because Jayden Daniels has been an excellent quarterback for the Washington Commanders. Although I disagreed at the time and thought the Commanders should have stuck with Sam Howell as their starting quarterback, they did make the right decision to move on from him, and they took a quarterback that is a game changer in Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels has been an absolute baller on the Washington Commanders, and I'm not surprised that Jayden Daniels is playing this well as a rookie because he was one of the more pro-ready rookies in this draft class. Jayden Daniels was a guy that didn't really need to sit down a whole lot. Obviously, Jayden Daniels is more polished as a passer compared to your typical rookie passer playing professional football. Cliff Kingsbury being the offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders helps a lot as well. But when you look at the situation Davante Adams is in on the Las Vegas Raiders, it's like, damn, I can't fucking get myself a good quarterback ever since I left the Green Bay Packers. I mean, I had a pretty decent quarterback in Derek Carr. Sometimes he was pretty good, but he was a close friend of mine, so I can deal with Derek Carr being mid sometimes. But obviously, they got rid of Derek Carr. Now I'm stuck with Jimmy Garoppolo, who's only good to throw hospital balls, and I know that for a fact because Davante Adams has complained on several occasions out loud that he throws too many hospital balls and that he can't get him the football. Before I ramble on about that, though, I want to show you guys this clip of Davante Adams raging on the sidelines. Roll the film.
I gotta get the fuck out of here before I lose my fucking life. I ain't never been hit this many fucking times in my career. Every game I get fucked up.
But I don't belong here! It's all a big mistake!
If that is not textbook evidence of Davante Adams being angered, then I don't know what is, because Davante Adams was beyond triggered about Jimmy Garoppolo not being able to get him the football whatsoever. That was frustration that he showed last year. Obviously, with the recent comments Davante Adams made yesterday on the Up and Adams show, it also tells me he still is not happy with the Las Vegas Raiders because they have not followed any of his wishes whatsoever. You also look at the fact how he begged the Las Vegas Raiders to start Aiden O'Connell at the quarterback position. He was saying that to Shannon Sharp, and I showed you guys that clip back in the summer. I actually had a topic on that as well. I talked about who the Raiders should have started at the quarterback position. Obviously, the Las Vegas Raiders did not listen to Davante Adams' request. They started Gardner Minshew over Aiden O'Connell. Now, to be completely honest, I think that was more of a management decision because Gardner Minshew is making $25 million over 2 years, so they probably felt like they have to start Gardner Minshew just because of money. Paying a quarterback $25 million over 2 years to ride the bench is quite frankly too much money for a backup quarterback, even a backup quarterback as good as Gardner Minshew. The Las Vegas Raiders are not a winning organization, because if they were a winning organization, they would try to actually get themselves a real quarterback. Now, I actually like the head coach that they have and Antonio Pierce, and I think Davante Adams likes Antonio Pierce as well. In fact, one could probably say that is the only reason why Davante Adams has stayed on the Las Vegas Raiders. If the Raiders didn't hire Antonio Pierce as their full-time head coach, I can guarantee you that Davante Adams probably would have requested a trade from the Raiders by now at this point, but he's saying, you know what, I like Antonio Pierce as a head coach. Let me go ahead and give him a chance, even though the organization has not really given Antonio Pierce a great quarterback to work with or even acceptable quarterback play. Aiden O'Connell is the best quarterback that the Raiders have had outside of Derek Carr in recent memory, which is a problem in and of itself because Aiden O'Connell is not that good of a quarterback. What's his ceiling as a quarterback? Prime Andy Dalton? Is that really a good thing? I mean, come on now, let's be serious. Davante Adams is a superstar player that's probably a future Hall of Famer, and he wants to win championships. You really think you can win championships with Aiden O'Connell as your quarterback? Come on now, let's be completely serious. Davante Adams is looking at some of the situations around the NFL, and he's thinking, damn, they could go ahead and use my services right now in the National Football League. You don't think Davante Adams is thinking in his head, let me go ahead and force a trade to the Washington Commanders, or let me go ahead and force a trade to the Buffalo Bills to go give my boy Josh Allen some help, or to give Jayden Daniels some help? I mean, come on. Davante Adams is thinking in his head, I'm wasting the rest of my prime catching passes from Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. Is that really a winning formula? Davante Adams has to question a lot of his life decisions on the football field right now, and obviously the Raiders are not a winning organization, hence that's why they're in this situation. They do have talent on their team, but they just lost to the Carolina Panthers, who are considered to be the worst team in the NFL this past Sunday. So you tell me how good the Raiders exactly are. Who knows what the Raiders are actually capable of? There's a reason why they play up and down to the level of competition. It's been really frustrating to see if you are a fan of the Las Vegas Raiders, but we'll see what happens with Davante Adams from here. Obviously, he is begging for the Las Vegas Raiders to find an elite quarterback somewhere so he can actually spend the rest of his prime years with an actual quarterback. But the Las Vegas Raiders seem like they are trapped in a situation where they cannot even get themselves a good quarterback on their hands. It's a frustrating situation for Davante Adams to be in. If I'm Davante Adams, just keep making the best out of that situation and maybe force a trade quietly behind the scenes. We'll see what happens from here though. So that is why Davante Adams will definitely request a trade from the Raiders sooner rather than later, as he made a massive mistake on requesting a trade to get away from the Packers. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I'm going to shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That'll be for the @DustinAsTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinAsTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinAsTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video. comment down below. Check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.